Hello guys, how you doing? My name is Jerome and I am the Sane Realist. And I'm going to title this one, It Feels Like There's Nothing You Can Do. And indeed, in many ways, it feels like there's nothing that we can do. I'm referring to the disintegration of the American social fabric that I see going on. It's very horrific. It's very tremendously horrific to watch. I was thinking about it. It kind of feels like a wave. It's a wave and it's rolling along, and at the top of the wave you've got the foam, and I think the foam represents all of that weird, at the top, social issues like transgenderism, like the whole Dylan Mulvaney thing, like the whole, uh, CC thing that's going on with everybody in the environment and their thoughts about the planet. Uh, all of it is just bullshit. Basically, it's all bullshit. And it's, the CV is another thing that was just, they caused just horrific damage, I believe, to our social network. The smartphone, okay? Think about the damage that the smartphone has done to our social fabric. It's tremendous. It's caused all of our citizens, pretty much, most of the time, to be doing this. Go anywhere, look around, take note of how many people you see doing this. Instead of engaging with other citizens and family members, they're doing this. And the things they're absorbing are primarily, mostly negative. Bad news, or things to pervert the mind. Even as something as simple as a game or a child's thing perverts the mind. It's very sad to watch. And the reason that I'm using letters instead of full words is because Google, as some of you know, went ahead at the beginning of the CV and basically went through every video of mine, and they found anything that they considered not perfect, and they gave me a strike, and I got up to 2 strikes. So what I did was I deleted thousands. I had over 2,000 videos, deleted all of them, and I was like, good, cancel my account now, that will pass. And indeed, it's getting there. There is that's sort of getting better. But it feels like this whole thing, there's nothing we can do. Some of us older people are looking back and going, man, to the 50s and 60s and 70s, and what a huge difference. And it's unrecognizable. It's socially destructive. You can see it. The family unit is falling apart. 75% of African American families are single parent. Did you know that? That's huge. That means that at least 15% of our population is growing up without one parent in the house. That happened to me. And the result was bad behavior, drug addiction, and prison, okay? And further drug addiction and more prison, and finally a stroke, which almost killed me. And now I have epilepsy. Oh God. And it feels like you can't do anything about it. How many other people, and now it's fentanyl, okay? And I look around me here, and everywhere I look, there's somebody gone. Even some decent looking people, you see them like falling asleep and then kind of waking up and then falling. It's like After a while, you realize, oh, that person's nodding. They're not falling asleep. You see them under blankets. They get a blanket and they cover themselves with it and smoke, and then do this. I think the blanket keeps the wind from blowing the smoke away. Maybe. I'm not sure. Or maybe it provides comfort. But, wow. So many things. But then again, you know, and thank you to Jordan Peterson for this, and a few other conservative guys that I listen to. Think about the general, go out to 30,000 feet. If you're worried about the details, right, go out to 30,000 feet and look around. And all of a sudden, what you see is, you see global starvation is almost gone. It's like 90% reduced since 1990. People are eating over, 200,000 or 260,000 people a day get connected to electricity. Okay, that's a huge thing. Imagine living life with no electricity. How would you do that? You couldn't. You would say I couldn't do that. What would you do? Just burn a fire? Yeah, but what if you don't have any wood? What if you're in the desert, no trees? What are you going to do? You're going to burn poop. That's it. And just crap that is growing, that, you can, grasses and stuff, and it's horrendous because you don't have a nice wood stove with a chimney and stuff. What you got is an open fire and a couple beat up pans, and that's what you cook in if you can get any food. And at least now people can get food, like 90% of the world. Hallelujah for that. The magic of the green thing is also brought about, even though they claim that this is improving things. Those little scooters, and because I'm poor and disabled, I get them free. I get up to 5 rides a day, 30 minutes apiece. And so, boom, I've got transportation everywhere. Okay? So, there's that kind of thing globally that's happening. There's less starvation, there's better education, there's people connected to the grid, and that's a huge thing. There's people getting connected to sewage. Imagine no electricity and no sewer and no running water. How different would your life be if that were the case? What if you were born into that and that was just normal? What would you think if you got to a city? Would you think it's magic? If you suddenly saw, wow, they just turned the knob and water comes out. Are you kidding me? What is that? What is that? Wow. This is magic. So there's magic. Okay? There's God. Okay? You cannot deny God. Cannot. It's not possible. And people claim to be atheists, but if you acknowledge that there is good and bad, okay, something is good and another thing is not good, okay, then what you're doing is you're making a judgment based upon a moral supposition. Is murder good or bad? People that are atheistic have strong belief in that, well, murder is bad. Of course. Rape? Bad. Of course. Right, that's a given. I still don't believe in God. I made that decision. Well, if you believe that murder's bad, then there must be good, okay? And you're not the one capable of balancing between those two things. There's got to be a third primary power that establishes what these two things are, because by themselves they can't establish their own existence. They have to have some higher power, whatever it may be, that creates them. How can you say that there is no God? How can you say that things are horrible when there's good equally? You know, if you aim for the good, it will be created. Keep in mind that ultimately things go like this in a wave. They always go on a wave, and when it hits the bottom, it heads up. We're about at the bottom, and the foam at the top is thick, and that indicates that we're about to hit the seawall. And when we do, it'll get messy for a while, but then things will reform and go the other direction. That's the manner in which the universe functions. It's okay. The I Ching and the Holy Bible say, take not loss and gain to heart. All things work for a greater purpose. My name is Jerome. I am the Zen Realist. Thank you.